Autumn, the season of changes. So many of us are dreading November. We don't like this month. Long evenings, cold, windy, wet, grey is just very overwhelming. So we might feel very depressed. We don't like the season. If this is how you feel, this video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Sylwia and welcome to my channel. So today we will be talking about autumn. As a child, I remember I didn't like November. I didn't like autumn. It was just dull and grey and wet and no fun things to do. It was just so boring and I didn't like it. It was the worst season out of all. No fun at all. And what I see in my work, working with so many people, I see, especially around this time when October is gone and we were still waiting for Christmas, November can be a very tough month. This is where the seasonal depression starts. This is where we don't like the weather. We don't like changes, we don't like the long evenings, the long short days, very dark, cold. It's affecting us. Basically, it's affecting us, our mood, how we operate every day. So yes, there is an aspect of that. But what if I will give you a different perspective? What if I will show you that autumn has its place? What autumn has a huge lesson for us to take, to learn about. It shows us something very valuable, but it's so easy to dismiss because it's making us feel uncomfortable. And let's be honest, your ego, our ego, my ego, everyone's ego will do everything to make you feel comfortable. Ego can't stand the feeling of being uncomfortable. It's something that ego don't do well. When it feels uncomfortable, then we're getting into the mode of fixing, finding solutions, quick fix. We do something to escape. Then we seek very, instant gratification. We do something just to get out of that. But autumn, with its stillness, with its slowing down, it shows us that we can trust, that letting go is possible, that attachment, it doesn't serve us. It shows us that for the new, to welcome the new, we need to let go of the old. That's how the transformation happens. Before we want something new, something good, something better happen to us, we need to let go of the old. Autumn also shows us that slowing down, letting go, isn't a bad thing. It needs to be there for us to change. If there is something in your life that you don't like, you can't expect a new thing happening, something completely new, if you haven't decided that you are ready to let go of the old. Also, autumn shows us that change is inevitable. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. Even when you make decision that you will never ever anything change in your life, that is the decision itself. So if you're not going to make decisions for yourself, for your life, to help you grow, to help you evolve, society and the universe will do that for you. You will be forced to change regardless. Look what happened with COVID. None of us could predict COVID and that the whole world will shut down. We were very comfortable. We were very comfortable with doing the things, with being on this spiral. We were very busy. We had distractions. We had everything. And all of a sudden, bang, the whole world shut. Changed everything. It actually changed everything. It showed us the new opportunities. It showed us what's possible. It showed us old feelings that we didn't want to grow, that we didn't want to feel. On top of that, there was lots of pain and grief and fear, absolutely. Not everything that COVID brought was bad. So that's what I mean with change. We might resist it at the very beginning. We might not like it. It will make us uncomfortable. But really, after a while, after we making our own way to be during that change, it's actually not that bad. Then we came out of it and we're thinking like, oh my God, how did we even survive that? How did that happen? And the thing is, we are never the same. After such a change, we are never the same. So that is the proof. If you want to make changes, if you want to decide to change something, life will. Life will do it for you. And autumn is a reminder of that. Autumn is showing you that transformation, change is part of our life. You can't stop it. You can't really control it either. When you're in the change, you just have to go with the flow. You just have to prepare and do what you can do, but you can't control the change completely. There's some aspects of what you can control, and that is your mood, your emotions, your response to the change. But you can't really completely control the process of change. You can't go to the tree and say, okay, today you're going to only lose 5 leaves and the rest of them needs to stay, and then you're going to it's not possible. Like it's not going to happen. So that's exactly what happens when you make a life change. Let's say maybe you're ending relationship, maybe you're starting new relationship, maybe you're thinking about changing your job, maybe you're thinking of having a child, maybe you're thinking of coming back to school, maybe you're, I don't know, moving countries, something. The fear always will be there. Always. We are afraid of change. But a bit of anxiety about change, a bit of fear about the change is normal. That shows you care. That shows you want this to work. So then another mechanism will open up for you, inside you, to make it work, to help you work. New ideas that maybe at the beginning you didn't have, but because of the anxiety, like, oh my God, I'm so afraid, what can I do? That the little bit of anxiety could be a good motivation for you to actually keep going and not give up. Another thing about the change is when you go with the flow, when you just do it and not really control it, you make a decision, okay, I'm going to change countries, I'm going to, I don't know, build a house, sell the house. If there's a fear, it's okay, you can manage that. But with that fear, with this, oh, I'm so afraid, but let's go and do it, and it feels right in your gut, it's going to work out. It is going to work out. And the worst or the best thing, you judge that for yourself, is that when you make that first step to a change, you don't get to see the whole journey. You don't get to see how everything's going to work out. You don't get to see every single step. You might plan it, but whether your plan will be happening exactly how you plan, that's another reality, okay? Let's be honest. We might plan to do something and we will know everything from your logical mind, and something happens along the way that you didn't even think about. Sometimes you might plan everything, every single step, you logically know exactly, and then step number 2, it didn't fall apart. Like it did fall apart, so it actually compound affected on every other steps. What I'm trying to say, that when you are deciding about change, make some room for flexibility. Not everything you're going to be able to control. Not everything you are going to be able to foresee. Not everything you will be able to know. So the best way to approach change, go with the flow. Have plan A, have plan B, make some arrangements, make some things that you can feel like you are in control. But also, at the same time, always make some room for flexibility. Okay, if this goes wrong, I can do A and B. Or if this won't work, it's okay, I will find my way to figure this out. Not now, but when this will happen. That is being flexible. That is not trying to control every single scenario. When you're making a change, your job is not to think about every possible scenario that could potentially happen. That's not your job. Your job is to make that decision of doing that change and know only the first step. That's all. The next step, as the things will unfold, trust that you will know what to do along the way. You don't have to know every single step of the journey. It's like, come back to our concept of autumn. It's like, okay, now you know you're coming to the season of autumn, season of letting go, transformation, change, dull weather. You know that. Yes. And then imagine trying to control every single day of that autumn. How your tree is going to lose leaves. How are you going to manage your leaves? And you try to foresee every single weather every single day. I'm not sure where you are from, but if you're living in Ireland, like me, it's absolutely mission impossible to predict a weather even an hour ahead. You can't do that. You can't. That's it. We have to normalize unpredictability a little bit. We have to normalize and leave some room for flexibility. It's okay not to know everything, but autumn also shows us how to trust. If you're going to make a decision to change, things will happen. Things will happen in the divine time. You don't have to control and know everything. So, if you're gonna go out in autumn in Ireland when you can't predict the weather, make sure you have umbrella in the bag. You don't have to be awful about, oh my God, it's raining and I don't know when it's going to stop. It's going to ruin my hair and makeup, and it's just making me feel uncomfortable. And yes, but that's complaining, and that won't change anything. Your complaint won't change the fact that you are and we are in season of autumn. It's the same with change. When you're going to complain about everything, that doesn't change the fact that you still need to change. It doesn't going to happen. Fear, allow it to motivate you. Again, it's okay not to know everything. Okay? If you have any comments, or if you feel like autumn also helps to change or helps to understand something else, let me know. I'm really curious about what your ideas and what are your perceptions of autumn and the season of change. And as I said at the beginning, as a child, I didn't like autumn at all. But as an adult, I actually appreciate this weather. I appreciate this season because it reminds us of slowing down, that change is inevitable, it's going to happen regardless. And this season, it's really, yes, it's unpredictable, but also nothingness, stillness, letting go doesn't have to be difficult. We humans are making it very difficult. But really, when you go with the flow, it's not that difficult. It's very doable. It's part of our life. So your perception is everything. Remember that. And that is the message you take from this video. Guys, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you around. Bye.